the truth.
Welcome to Drop Me Off in Nashville with Sabastian Roberts and Scott Huger.
Welcome back to the little show that could, and in fact still does. I'm Sabastian Roberts, along with my very dear friend Scotty Huger. What's going on, brother? How you doing, man?
Scotty Potty Hooger Booger.
Oh, that's just
if you're
so
ever
funny.
going to remember my dumb name, and I don't even know if I want you to, that's Brats. I said that a couple episodes ago. I'm doing good. Look I got the ice off my knee this week.
Hey, look at that.
So I think I'm getting better.
Well, you're walking.
And without crutches.
Without crutches?
I had one crutch, I think, last week, but I didn't bring it in the studio. But I don't have a crutch this week.
And I'm glad you didn't have to try and get in that little car.
Yeah, you're what kind you have a...
That's a little Fiat.
Yeah, that thing is so cool.
Well, yeah, so you got to get out of it with a broken leg.
Well, yeah, there is
right?
There is that. There is that. This week, Bash, we didn't talk about it as a teaser, but I know you and I talked about it over the phone, but this is going to be your arena, man. You're going to teach me a bunch of junk on this. Living the dream or just playing the part?
Living the dream or playing the part. This is huge, y'all.
Playing the part or living the dream. Think about what that says.
It's both.
It's both.
It is. It's both. And I can't say this enough. When you're going to go perform, especially Nashville, Tennessee, there is a difference, a very, very big difference between command of respect and demand of respect. Now, I'm a firm believer in the command model. You don't have to tell anybody how good you are. You go out there and command it. You don't demand it. We've seen artists that go out there and they're very arrogant, and that's a big, big turnoff to me.
Me too.
So, when I went down there, when you brought me down the first time, I met a whole bunch of people, right? And I really didn't know them. I didn't know anything about, the business, really. I was an entertainer, yeah. But, playing the part and living the dream, I think they're almost paralleled, right?
Right.
I mean, I think so anyway.
It's hard to know who's being real. When you meet somebody in Nashville, are they full of shit? Because most of them are, because they're just assholes.
And we've said this before too, but you're gonna know who that is, because if they have to come and tell you how great they are, you might want to just
red flag.
Yeah, well, red flag, yep, and politely walk in the other direction.
Network with a brain on your shoulders. Do what your mom and dad taught you.
Right, and believe me, if you're out there performing and doing what you should be doing, then folks are going to find you. They're going to gravitate to you. You don't have to go looking for management or deals or studios people are going to approach you like flies. That's why you have to kind of be able to weed them out a little bit, right?
The thing about it is there's so many people that go down there and they're excited to be in Nashville. They get drunk,
right?
And they sell real estate or they have a little extra money in their checking account. And the very next thing out of their mouth is, I'm going to call you tomorrow and I'm going to invest in you. And you never hear from them.
Well, of course not.
And that's got to be very heartbreaking for an artist, because you capture them their real self when they're drunk, because that's who they really want to be. They just can't be sober. And they think that they're this or they're that. And then they think they have this money, and then they tell you things and make you these open promises. And as an artist, you go, wow. Somebody heard it. Somebody saw it. Somebody believes in me. And now I'm going to be able to make the record I want. And then crickets.
Yeah, and that's exactly what happened. It happened to us.
Yeah.
Remember the website designer we had a long time ago?
Jeez.
With MySpace?
Yeah, MySpace.
And that was a train wreck. And that was $4,000.
$4,000.
Yeah.
But you, when these people come up and make you empty promises, you guys take it as a compliment for sure. But don't count on it as it happening. And if it does happen, great. But don't be disappointed. It's normal in Nashville. This is a normal thing. People come there. They're excited. They hear you. They're like, they haven't heard anything like that because they're in Nashville, and back in Hibbing, Minnesota, the bands aren't that good. But down there in Nashville at 10 o'clock, the band is better than any band that ever played in Hibbing, and then they get excited and they have a little money in their pocket, and the next thing they're telling you they're going to give you $10,000 to make their album, and they're going to this and they're that. Just be grateful for the compliment, but don't count on it happening.
And remember, if you're not feeling pressure down there, you're doing something wrong, right?
Yes,
because
for sure.
The pressure on an artist to look and live that part 24/7. It's your craft, it's your career. This is what you're doing,
for sure.
So it doesn't just start at 7 o'clock at night at the honky tonk.
Right.
I mean, I met many of the people I met at lunch or breakfast or,
in passing.
In passing, yes. Big time in passing, because a lot of the, main cats down there, they don't want to be out in Drunkville at night.
No.
So you're not going to find I don't think the right people in the middle of the night at the honky tonk.
No.
But you will if you get down there during the day.
Right.
Go to Roberts, have a hamburger.
Sit down.
Find out who's on that stage one time.
Yeah, and then you don't know who might sit next to you, because those are typically, like any executive or anybody who's been around Nashville or live in that city, they know damn well that there's going to be a zillion tourists downtown at certain times and certain days, and they know you better didn't even think about going down there with their family or friends or showing them around, and let alone argue with some dumb bouncer who doesn't know to let you in because you're there. I can't tell you the times that I've said, I'm here to see so-and-so for a specific reason, and this is the bar owner. I'm not waiting in this line to get in.
Right.
And I'll be in for 15 minutes and I'm leaving. And
I know exactly what you're talking about.
And that's what I would do.
Yeah.
But I don't know if a lot of those people, executives or management, or even want to fool with that kind of junk. But I was just so hungry at the time trying to get something going. And
now, look at the tools we have now. Now we have Instagram and TikTok. And
I really want to know. Everybody has such a strong opinion. I mean, I know numbers matter online, but if you're good enough, aren't they going to sign you?
I don't know that answer anymore, but I do know that they want to see a large enough fan base to believe that you're worth an investment, right? So
I know, but if you walk in with a song that like is damn good, like when Gretchen Wilson's song first came out, what was it, Redneck Woman? I remember she was telling this story, and again, don't quote me, and I'm not quoting her. I'm verbating everything I'm telling you. She was in there. She was not rehearsing, but pitching this song, and she looked across at the executive, and he was writing N-O on the page, and she didn't see the W that said now. And
right.
She thought it was no.
Oh.
And she didn't see the W when that executive was writing now. This happens now. That's how good Redneck Woman was. And
Holy smokes.
You'd have to look up the history on it, but I think it's something like that, how it goes. So is the song good enough? And then you sign them? Or, oh, wait a minute, your TikTok doesn't have 100,000 followers, so we can't sign you. I mean, is it that dumb? Does it become that stupid?
I'm not really sure, but I know it has some kind of gravity to it, but I hate to think that, because you can get computer-generated hits all you want. You can go pay for that and have 100,000 people on your site that never heard your music one day.
Right.
So I can't believe that any record executive is really going to go by a number that could be falsified. Right.
Right.
They're going to come and watch you play. You're going to do a showcase if you're lucky.
Yeah. Becky Judd. It's all about the music, not about the package.
It's 24 hours a day. So when you're up in the morning, hit your social media, interact with fans. Fans love that stuff.
Right.
So spend the time in the morning doing that, and then go back to your craft. Get back out there, meet people, and then,
Remember that app that you and I were designing, the music app, when COVID came, and I said, John, if any of these artists had their own app, like we're just going to use Sebastian as an example. Sebastian Roberts, it's COVID. You can't go play. You can't meet fans. You can't do nothing. But your app, it says Sebastian Roberts music app, and you download that, and Sebastian's live on there with his audience 5 days a week, 2 days a week, and he has an open session, but it's just a subscription-based thing where they have to pay to get on there, and then you give your fans almost like a Pokemon adventure at different cities that you're in, and you could hide tickets in the city, and your fans can go out and try to find the tickets, and you'd have front row seats, or it's exclusive for just, and then you could do a concert in your living room. And then, but all the lawyers they want to get involved and say, you can't play this song here, and if you go sing here, you have to pay. It's just all become just stupid.
And a lot of people wanted to do that when COVID was here.
But think about what would make sense. I mean, you could sell your merchandise directly, your music directly. You could have interaction with your fans. You could giveaways. You could do everything with the people who actually do love you, and they're going to pay for a subscription to have their own app. Right. I never understood why the power wasn't given to the art. That always drove me nuts. And I always thought Garth was so smart at it because he would not let his music go on Spotify or iTunes, but he struck a deal with Amazon. And that's where he allowed his music to go because he wanted to make sure the songwriters are paid.
Right.
Not how this horse shit is now, how these songwriters are brilliant. And most of them are the reason why you get to hear the songs that you get to hear. Like you speak of Jeffrey Steele and Tommy Barnes and these magnificent writers and human beings. They're really the artists in my mind. They are. They're the artist. And then you copy what they write or have created. And I think that it just surprises me that isn't allowed in today's technology world, that each artist has their own app. It's only made for them. It's fan driven. Instead of having a fan page or like, you remember when you'd sign up for the fan club and you'd get instead of the fan club, it's an app.
Yep.
And this app is specifically just that artist.
And that's where the QR codes came out.
It just seems like it would be so smart. So remember when we got into that, we're trying to design all that. I kind of wish that we would have stayed on it because I think we probably would have had something
because we started long enough ago now that
and now I just said it. Now probably some asshole's going to do it.
Yeah, of course they are.
I'm going to go jump off the Golden Gate Bridge.
Yeah, no, we're right. We're right at home, right where we need to be. I'll tell you what, man.
Somebody,
you got a heck of a point with that Instagram and all that stuff because it is how you get out there, without getting in a bus and traveling for 8 months at a time out of the year. And
wasn't that kind of cool meeting them people?
Oh yeah.
What Garth teach you about a million?
Oh, Garth, my God!
You want to sell a million records?
Meet a million people, and he's right.
I mean. Makes sense.
He's not wrong.
And if let's say Garth meets you, but he doesn't meet me, you're going to tell me about Garth and what he is.
Yeah, and 10
I'm
other
gonna listen
people.
to your story. Yeah. Just like a couple weeks ago when we talked about trying to get down that hill on Fifth Avenue in Broadway in Nashville to walk to Garth's show, and you're reluctant to go because you're like, oh, well, I'm just going to please Scotty and go anyway. And you left there going, I'm tired, and I've never seen a show so great in my life.
I've never seen an entertainer like that ever, no.
Yeah.
No.
So anyway.
They shot him out of a cannon.
So do you think that there's a roadmap to Nashville?
I don't know that.
Like, what do you do when you first get there? You pull up, you get out of your car, now you're there. What happens?
Listen to this podcast and find out where to go. Really?
Thank you. Well, that's cool, and you're right. But I didn't even think of that.
That's what you do.
Do you right away? Do you try to get a manager? Do you go make a demo?
No, I don't think so. I think that stuff comes.
Yeah.
Like I said, when they see you entertain, if you have the it factor, which we can't teach, it's command to respect, not demand. People are going to notice that. They're going to take notice, and the right people will come to you. You don't have to hunt them down. But like I said, timing is everything.
Yeah, right.
Don't do it at night.
No.
Weekend nights, no.
It's party time.
Yeah.
And we all know that. Yeah.
If you want to be an artist, it's not.
Yeah. Hey, Mark, are you available?
Yep.
So if you had an artist, let's say you were a manager in Florida and you were going to send an artist to Nashville, like, would you say to him, do this first, do that first, or would you not even know where to start?
I wouldn't even know where to start. That's definitely not my wheelhouse, but...
See?
I do.
The only thing I would tell them, and I do it even with local artists here because it kind of applies, is when they're doing their demo, to not overproduce it with vocal tuning and effects and that kind of thing if they can't reproduce it, because then they're going to give somebody a demo and they're going to get up on stage and they're going to sound nothing like their demo. So
can't sell it.
That's absolutely right.
Yeah.
You know how many times I've said to somebody, Mark, you made a super good point. I've said, it doesn't matter what the producer or the manager or the label says. Hear me out. they're at their house at 10 o'clock at night, probably in bed sleeping,
Right.
while you're supposed to take the stage and sell that vocal.
That's what. Yeah.
You have to sell that vocal. It doesn't matter that they think it's all cute and fancy and that they produced this thing so well in a studio and they made you sound like you really can't sound because they did whatever X, Y, and Z. I'm talking out of my ass. You have to be able to sell that vocal on stage that you said and sang in a studio. So Bash, you'd go in there, you sang Dress for the Rain in the studio. You could go on any stage and sing Dress for the Rain just as powerful as you did in the studio.
Yes.
And if you do anything short of that to your artists that you're working with, you did them no favors because they're going to fail when they get up on that stage because they won't be able to sell
That's exactly
that
right.
vocal.
Yeah. That's right.
Why are you doing that to them?
And then you're going to rely on auto tune and the stuff that just
Sounds like crap.
it makes me sick.
We need 14 backup singers
Yeah.
because Scott can't hit those notes.
You know?
but he hit them in the studio. Good for him that one time.
Yeah. Well.
So I really think we should take like one entire show, and let's just say we'll just do like a roadmap to Nashville.
All right.
And it's our story, it's our opinions, it's our
Yeah.
thoughts. Doesn't
Yeah.
mean it's right or wrong. It's just our thought process. What I would do if I was to talk to my young self again.
Yeah,
what
right.
you would do if you were
Yes.
to talk to your young self again.
Yep.
And what you wouldn't do, which is probably more important.
There's a laundry list.
There's a laundry list.
I thought it was okay to go down there and party. I really did.
Yeah,
I was wrong.
You're wrong, but you can't help but have that fun because you think, "Oh my
Well,
God, this is a blast!"
Yeah, look what I did.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
So
Doesn't matter.
Let's segue into this. So let's do a live commercial for Judy Rodman. Want to?
Yeah, absolutely. Judy, my gosh.
That's Billy the singing mechanic sister.
Yeah, that's right. And weren't we just talking to Randy about her? Just
Yeah, Randy loves her.
yeah.
He said that anybody that goes to that Judy Rodman, Judy Rodman, Rodman, best vocal coach in Nashville, in my opinion.
Yeah.
The thing about it is, you guys, I know mom and dad and grandma and grandpa and all the drunk girls and guys on the weekend are going to tell you how great you are. But if a manager or producer, an executive, a true friend says to you, you need a vocal coach,
And you do.
that's it. That's the biggest compliment you can ever have.
Yep. And you do have to have a vocal coach.
Yeah.
David Kirschbaum out in L.A. set me up with, I think her name was Nancy Russell. I don't remember. But I was with her immediately, even before the L.A. Music Awards.
What a compliment.
Oh, yeah.
Because you send people to voice coaches who can sing, not who can't.
You need them.
Every major artist travels mostly with a vocal coach. You have to learn how to protect your instrument. You guys, you have to understand. Hear what I'm saying.
Yep.
I've said it to multiple people, and every time they're insulted or they won't go because they think I'm saying something like they can't sing. I'm sending them to Judy or any vocal coach because they can sing, not because they can't. And secondly, I would never send somebody to Judy who can't sing because Judy won't take my call anymore.
That's exactly right.
I'm not doing that.
But artists have to if you don't have a vocal coach, you're not doing much.
You blow your vocal or you have a something in your throat. I
Yeah.
don't know what they're called, annoid or whatever they're
Sure.
called, adenoid.
Adenoids, yeah.
Whatever, the assist, whatever it is on your vocal coach at 22, 23 years old. You might as well go back to Minnesota.
Yeah, that's right.
Get yourself a painting job or work at a restaurant or whatever you're going to do.
You have to
because
have one, or you're
screwed.
going to blow your vocals out by singing live because the crowds are screaming, and
You got it. You got it.
now you're yelling over a crowd.
So you have to have a vocal coach. So if you're and secondly, Judy Rodman is a number one songwriter for LeAnn Rimes. I believe it was number one, and I don't remember the song, but it was a huge ass song. Please Google her anyway, because when you Google her, she'll say more about herself than I can ever, because she's just that sweet and that great.
Yes.
She's been from Grammy wins to stadiums to national stages. She's one of the best coaches.
Yes, she is. Yeah.
And we know her brother Billy. It's super
Really
well.
well.
Shout out to Billy. We miss you, brother. Hope you're doing well. And Judy Rodman, check her out, you guys.
Yeah, for sure. Now, what do you think of they used to call it, the 10-year plan?
I agree to it.
You think that's...
You want to know why? Because I don't think that 1% and 1% make it. You taught me
Right.
that.
That's
right?
true.
1% and 1%.
That's right.
So Vince Gill has a daughter named is Jenny. She's trying to make it. We're talking about Vince Gill. Garth Brooks has a daughter, Allie Clean. She's trying to make it. Georgette Jones, George Jones and Tammy Wynette's daughter, trying to make it. Nobody's guaranteed a record deal.
No.
It doesn't matter what your name is.
No, that's right.
And these people that I just spoke of are all extremely talented, but it's not their name that matters. It's the product. And they're all working on their craft to get that to the place where they know they need to be. Just because your dad is so-and-so or your mom is so-and-so.
That's not it.
It doesn't matter.
No.
It doesn't matter.
No.
And you would think it would be the opposite because of the pull or the connections or whatever. You probably do have a leg up. You probably are going to get a meeting with somebody else who can't. But that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that.
But that doesn't make you an entertainer.
That doesn't make you what they're looking for at that particular time.
No.
So, yeah, I think I know so many people that go to Nashville and they want to I want to be an artist. But the next thing you know, they're owning a bar. They're running a bus company.
That's right.
They're a tour manager. They're a manager.
Right.
There's something in the music industry, but they may not be an artist.
Right.
They may be a backup vocalist.
Yeah.
Guitar player.
This isn't for everybody.
But that might be okay. There's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
But I think you have 10 years for sure.
So, if you're wanting to be the next, hit and you're 40, you're going to be 50 before that happens.
Right.
So, earlier the better, folks.
Or,
right?
Get in your truck and go.
Get in the truck.
Yeah. You got to get in the truck and go. Go to Nashville.
Because they're not coming to you.
No, they'll never come to you.
No.
So, I don't know. You living the dream or just playing the part. You could either go down there and fake it till you make it, or you can go down there and get yourself a good job on Broadway or out in Music Valley, sing every night, make 6 figures, go back to your family, and have a very nice life for the next 20, 30 years.
Absolutely.
Or you'll fall into some other avenue in Nashville and you'll do something else and become very successful. And in 10 years, it's a small community. Everybody will know who you are, and they'll support you on top of that as well.
They're going to know very quickly.
There's no real failure in Nashville, I don't think.
I don't think so either, really.
You should never look at it as a failure.
No, I don't think so.
No, because number one, you lived your dream or you're
going to learn something.
You're going to learn something, and you don't know where you're going to end up.
Right.
But if you don't try, that's where
that's on you then.
I would have done anything in my power to go to Nashville at 18 years old.
Yeah, see? Now, in hindsight, 2020, right?
Anything in my power.
I would have done the same thing.
I would have moved down there, and I would have soaked up like a sponge.
Yep. I would have left the military when I left and moved right there.
Because it's just I don't know. There's something about the city that you're going to find a home somewhere in your career. If it's not in the music business, you'll be doing something that you've really found out that you really do love.
Right. But tell me about the burnout.
Well, I think a lot of people have it, John.
The culture.
Yeah, it's a lot. Think about every night, or let's just say you're playing 4 nights a week, and you're 4 hours. And in Nashville, it means 4 hours means 4 hours.
Yes.
It doesn't mean an hour, then take a break.
And Scotty was doing that when he told you his brain was so full he had to empty it because
I have so many cover songs in my head. Collier told me, he goes, I couldn't fit another one in there.
Yeah.
If you think about that, he's right.
Yeah.
He's a human jukebox.
Yeah, 4 hours, every night.
And you think about it, somebody walks up to you and says, "Hey, will you play X song? Here's $20, and that's how you're going to pay your rent."
Yep.
Or that's how you're going to make your truck payment.
That's right.
You're going to play it.
Yeah.
You're going to figure out how to play it.
You're going to learn it.
And that's a muscle in your brain that you have to work. I think a lot of people burn out very quickly in Nashville because it's a big beast. And then they realize, okay, well, I got to go back down to this stage again and play 4 more hours for a bunch of drunks. And I just got in a fight with my girlfriend or my boyfriend. And
boy.
And it's too much.
Yeah.
But the pride in you won't let you pack up your stuff and go back to where you came from because you feel like the people who told you not to go there in the first place are the people who are going to goof on you.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Yeah.
Everybody goofed on me, Bash.
Oh, me too.
All my friends, my family goofed on me.
And then they thought I was conceited and stuck up when I got back to East Bethel up there.
Of course.
He thinks he's... No, I don't.
No, I don't.
I haven't changed at all.
No, you have.
Yeah,
You're just
did.
jealous because you did your path.
You're sitting in the same bar stool you were 5 years ago.
Why are you making fun of me?
Yeah.
I went and tried something.
Yeah.
You should be proud of me. Even if I did fail, you should be going, good job, you tried, man.
Yeah,
I had 2 of my closest friends 10 years later after I left both apologized to me, which mean a lot to me.
Yeah.
Because it hurt my feelings that I found out that they were goofing on me. oh, you're going to go to Nashville, you're going to this, you're into that. No, I just want to be around the music. I don't know what's going to happen.
I
there.
was one of those people, Scotty. I said, Scott, please don't go down there.
Yeah.
They're going to spit you out,
But you were right in a sense, but in a sense, you weren't.
No, I wasn't right.
Well, kind of. They did that to me. I mean, I did a lot of mistakes. I made a lot of bad decisions.
Well, it wasn't very long before I was with Two Tone down there with you. Writing a record for Omni,
Cool.
Yeah, so you didn't get spit out, But I was one of them like that. I just didn't. I wanted to protect you.
Yeah, that's what a good friend does.
Yeah, I didn't want to see anybody, rob you and
right. Next thing you know, I'm back home embarrassed. You know, when I had a good job running a bar.
But you didn't.
Yeah. Maybe my pride or my ego, if I had one, wouldn't let me because
it wasn't
I
long
didn't
before you
fail.
were running a company down there.
You're just being sweet. I did right place at the right time for sure, but you got to go and you got to because you're living the dream
That's
or
right.
you're playing the part.
And it is a dream.
It is a dream.
This is like we said, 1% of 1%, man.
Think about it. Is it enough to make six figures working on Broadway 4 nights a week? Is that enough for you?
No,
Maybe.
not
Some
for me.
people, maybe not all.
I just couldn't play bars like that.
No.
For me, no.
No, but some people, maybe.
Yeah,
I mean, a lot of people are doing it.
sure.
Is it enough that now you're the studio musician at the Grand Ole Opry? They hire you, or you're the backup vocalist for all the singers?
Yeah, look at
whoever
Tom.
comes through there. Tom Floral.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
I mean,
for George Strait.
He backs up George Strait.
I mean, he sang on your record.
Yeah.
He's the one who brought you to Reba and George Strait.
Yeah.
You remember in Minneapolis?
Yep.
That was cool.
Yeah, that was wow, what an experience that was.
That had to be cool. I mean, you're a huge fan of Reba.
Oh yeah, but
Love
that's in it to win it. You know? When those opportunities come up, folks, you got to take them.
Yeah, and don't take advantage of that. Somebody said one time, you would rather be out in the audience than backstage trying to listen to a concert because backstage you don't hear shit. When you're out in the audience, you get to hear the music.
That's the experience, yeah.
But you only want to be backstage because you can't be backstage. That's why you want to be back there.
Yeah.
That's all it is,
It's
right?
not for the sound with Line Array out
Yeah,
there.
and you want to take some stupid picture and put it on Instagram and then lie about that. He's
That's
your
right.
best friend.
Yeah.
When it's nonsense.
That's exactly right. Yeah, that's a true story. It really is.
Hey, we'll be right back.
Some parts of Nashville are, should we say, a bit seedy?
Oh, howdy, mister. You got an itch that needs scratching? I was just fetching a fresh pitcher of iced tea.
I bet Scott and Sebastian know what they are. Stay tuned and find out.
Oh, hey, we're live, Bash.
Oh, we're
Bash,
back?
Yeah, we're back.
Oh, crap.
Hey,
Okay.
We're talking about back in Minnesota, reminiscing about the old days. This place called Max Bar and Grill, super close. Ham Lake, is that where it's at?
I think that's East Bethel.
East Bethel, Ham Lake, right on 65.
Yeah, right on 65.
Yeah,
up
Colony
there.
Road 65.
Yeah.
It's almost like you could take 65 from Minneapolis all the way up to Hibbing.
You can.
Yeah, but it's a cool big old bar. And anyway, that's where we met. God,
Yeah.
has that been 20 years?
Oh, yeah.
At least
Yeah, it was 2003.
2003. So we're over 20 years.
Yeah, because
You came in a big, huge black trench coat.
Yeah.
I'm like, who's that?
Yes.
And you look like an artist. You look like a musician. And I loved music. And I wanted to go to Nashville. Then you just like popped into my life.
Yeah, and we hit it off right away.
Yeah, right away. That's what was. We've been
And-
friends since.
Oh gosh, yeah. And then when when you had me down in Nashville, we started working at a courier company together.
JPG,
Yeah,
Jason Perry.
Jason Perry
Courier.
Group. I can't say enough about Jason, man.
Yeah, he. This is a guy that had a deal with Capitol Records with Renee Bell, and he is a great fiddle player and
Heck of a
singer.
singer.
He's a Tom Cruise lookalike. He's a very good looking guy. I'm not saying that for
No,
any
it's
other
a true
reason but
story.
the truth. He is, and he's got a beautiful wife, beautiful family. One of his daughters just got married, and he started when he was working in the music business. He started this courier company, and he what he did was he built this company from one run a week to making $10
Yeah, he had
$12
a
million
van.
dollars a year, and his motto is, I want to see how many people I can keep fed and feed their family. And
That's who he is all day.
Yeah, and he He has one of the biggest accounts in Nashville with HCA Hospital. He handles all their courier stuff for them. It's amazing the job that he does. Super proud of knowing him as a human being. And I think that if any record label out there needs a courier company in any capacity, between lawyers, to the airport, to bringing things to artists, look up Jason Perry Transportation Courier Company. He won't let you down. I know last time I looked on his website, he was at a 98% delivery on time rate, which is pretty cool. And for him to be
really good.
Yeah, and for him to be a sponsor of ours, Jason Perry, thanks, man. We appreciate it.
Yeah, no kidding, Jason. I miss you. I'm coming to see you in Nashville pretty quick.
That'd be fun. Yeah, we'll go to dinner for sure.
Yeah.
Hey, what else? What else you got, John? What's going on this week? You got anything going on?
Well, I'm not sure. We're going to get together and come up with what's next, right?
Yeah, I didn't do any titles yet for next month because I know that we have a special guest. Mark, who are you considering bringing in that we should interview?
You want me to tell you his name?
Yeah, if you don't mind.
Jeff Davis. He was the founder and bass player for a band that was big in the 70s called the Amazing Rhythm Aces. They had a crossover hit, Third Rate Romance.
Yeah.
He's retired. He lives here in Florida, and so I was talking to him, and he said he'd love to come in and talk with you guys.
And Sammy Kershaw did a rendition of that song. Third Rate Romance, Morning Rendezvous.
That's right.
That is a great tune.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
Did he write that?
I don't remember if he wrote it or not. I know he was one of the original guys, and I think he's the last surviving member.
That would be
that'd be really cool.
We have to do our due diligence on him because if he's going to take time out of his busy day to come sit with us, that's pretty awesome.
Yes.
We'll do our due diligence. Let's see if we can set him up to meet with him sometime here in September coming up now.
Yeah.
And that would be a fantastic. Mark, thank you for that. That's cool.
Yeah, and folks, make sure and hit us up. Instagram, TikTok, Facebook.com. Whatever your pleasure is, hit us up, give us a thumbs up, and comment if you like. We like that kind of stuff.
Yeah, send us an email. We love hearing from you guys. Everybody's been so incredibly kind. I can't thank you enough for all the time. I think that's how we end the show. Can't thank you enough for all the time.
Can't thank you enough for all the time.
On that note.
On that note, we'll see you next week.
All right, man. See you. Thanks.
Thanks for joining Sebastian and Scott. Don't forget to like and subscribe to join the Drop Me Off in Nashville family. Engineering and production provided by Podcast Production Music.
Well, Nashville, can't thank you enough for all the time.
Y'all come back now. Here?